Hello.
Hello.
Okay, what's your name, please?
Dave Partridge.
Dave Partridge. Okay, and what are you currently reenacting?
We are doing HMS Loire, a French frigate captured by the Royal Navy. And this is what we're doing at Kelmarsh today. But
Okay.
we do all sorts of weird and wonderful periods.
Okay, do you mind if I have a look at your outfit? Have a look. There you go. Got very, very big buckles on those boots.
Oh yes.
Were they a fan of big buckles?
Oh, very much so, yeah. They have your prize money. They have the prize money and they'd spend it on themselves. Quickly. Mostly drink and women.
Lots and lots of drink and women.
Yeah.
Is it true that the Navy's favourite drink is rum?
Yeah, but very much watered down. It's called grog and it's not actually pure neat rum. There's quite a lot of water in there as well.
This is your favourite gun, you said?
This is a copy of a 68-pound carronade. It's a carronade that was on the front of Victory when she broke the line at Trafalgar. That particular gun actually fired straight up the backside of the French flagship, took out one entire gun deck in about 3 seconds, and helped to put an end to the French flagship.
That's pretty impressive. Let's have a good look at this thing.
What?
Barrel.
What it is a very, very short, very, very big cannon. We call them smashers.
Because they smash things.
Yes, but only at very close range. Right? They're no good for long range. So yeah, if you get close enough. The trouble with the British Navy was at one stage they put these on frigates. Nothing else, just smashers, which meant that a frigate had to get very close to a foreign enemy vessel to do any damage. They realised that, so they just stood off and blew the British ships to bits. Oh, you take the Mickey with you.
Okay.
Right.
So how did you yourself get into reenactment? Because you're one of the, or at least one of the longest standing...
I started in '68. The reason I started was that, by accident really, I collected uniforms and weapons and all manner of things. I collected it all my life because my relations were antique dealers and things, so I was lots of bits and pieces like that. And the Second World War guys started thinking about the Second World War. Military vehicle groups started having vehicles, and they borrowed equipment from me, various uniforms, and one day I just thought, well, why not dress up as well? And that's gone from there.
Really?
And the uniforms have got sillier.
Yeah. Do you still enjoy it? Is it very different now than when it was then?
Yes.
Very different.
Lots more regulations now. I mean, we did it for ourselves back then. We didn't do it for the public at all. We did it because we just enjoyed it. And we just go off somewhere, go and enjoy ourselves. And I say, still do, but most of the enjoyment we get is from abroad now. We've go to Spain, France, even Argentina. We've been to and done things down there. So yeah, we do get about a little bit.
Cool. All right, thank you very, very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, hello. What's your name?
My name's Steve Langan.
Hi, pleased to meet you. How did you get into reenactment?
At university I saw these very strange men dressed outside a War Games exhibition in Glasgow, and I thought, I fancy a bit of that when I'm a student, and that was 30 years ago.
30 years, blimey. Okay, so why do you still do it?
I still think it's the best fun you can have with your clothes on. You get to travel all around the world, do great things in great places that you couldn't do normally. You get the great outdoors, you get a chance to love history, which I love to my core, and it's just meet really interesting people from, as I said, all around the world.
And the period that you do? We
do mid-17th century, English Civil War and 30 Years' War.
You winning?
Oh, praise the Robin, oh, praise the Robin, he's running away. I won't do the rest of it.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi, what's your name?
my name's Lawrence Wright.
Right. How did you get into reenactment?
Basically, as a child, my father took me to see The Longest Day in the 60s. fell in love with the film, and slowly built up a small collection of equipment, and then collecting led into reenacting. Started doing steam fairs and silly things like that, and then got into the bigger stuff. And over the years I've collected a large collection of medical equipment and bandages and various bits and pieces.
So you're in the medical corps?
I'm in the medical, yeah.
Right.
It's always been medical. I like the guns and everything, but when I started I was probably the only medic for around 100 miles from where I lived. There are a few more now, but it started very slowly and then it's built up to now we have a field hospital with 6 nurses and staff.
That's very cool. So which period is this for?
This is 1944. We represent the 50th Field Hospital, which was stationed down in Weymouth.
Right.
Especially set up for D-Day. And later it was split up into 3 platoons, 2 of which went to the 82nd and 101st when they flew to Holland.
Right.
Which is my primary reenactment, is the 82nd Airborne, which we've been doing now for over 20 years. And we do quite a few events on the continent, invited by various local authorities, and even governments invite us over to do marches and demonstrations and displays.
Do you enjoy doing that?
Oh yeah, the European stuff is very good. This is informative to the public, but that's our time when we go on the continent really, because we go off out into the woods, you know, we sleep in foxholes and try to keep it as authentic as possible. And we get a lot of professionals coming to have a look at what the equipment, and the equipment hasn't changed that much. Nurses and even surgeons come out and say, I was using this morning, and then we have to sort of step back and say, right, you know what you're talking about. we trying to get information is difficult because the medical staff in World War II were generally older than the regular GI. You know, when the nurse, having left school at 18, then went on to nursing school till 23, 24, and then joined the army. So unfortunately most of them have passed away now.
Oh dear.
And obviously the surgeons were even older than that, because they have to do even longer training than the nurses. So unfortunately all the medical staff have gone, so we have no first-hand information. We have to go through books and try and piece together, obviously the field manuals for just about everything, but it's the personal accounts, the hands-on stuff, how long you were stood on your feet doing surgery, what you actually did, how you coped in the field with simple things like going to the toilet and then sterilising, cleaning yourself up and starting all over again. Sorry?
In the last 100 years, clothes haven't really changed much?
No. The uniforms, there are a lot of uniforms. Starting off with a basic winter uniform, which is wool trousers and a wool-lined field jacket, which is fine in this kind of weather, but it gets any hotter and the wool is awful. You sweat, you chafe. So this is a fatigue trousers, cotton.